남규태방송 시청자 여러분 안녕하십니까? 오늘은 2023년 4월 26일 수요일입니다. 현재 시간은 오후 10시 32분입니다. 성경공부 457회 방송을 시작하겠습니다. 성경은 신명기 16장부터 영문으로 읽어보겠습니다. Observe the month of Aviv and celebrate the Passover of the Lord your God, because in the month of Aviv he brought you out of Egypt by night. Sacrifice as the Passover to the Lord your God an animal from your flock or herd at the place the Lord will choose as a dwelling for his name. Do not eat it with bread made with yeast, but you 7 days eat unleavened bread, the bread of affliction, because you left Egypt in haste, so that all the days of your life you may remember the time of your departure from Egypt. Let no yeast be found in your possession in all your land for 7 days. Do not let any of the meat you sacrifice on the evening of the first day remain until morning. You must not sacrifice the Passover in any town the Lord your God gives you, except in the place he will choose as a dwelling for his name. There you must sacrifice the Passover in the evening, when his sun goes down on the anniversary of your departure from Egypt. Roast it and eat it at the place the Lord your God will choose. Then in the morning return to your tent. For 6 days eat unleavened bread, and on the seventh day hold an assembly to the Lord your God, and do no work. Count over 7 weeks from the time you begin to put the shekel to the standing grain. Then celebrate the feast of weeks to the Lord your God by giving prevail opening in proportion to the blessings the Lord your God has given you, and rejoice before the Lord your God and the place he will choose as a dwelling for his name. You, your sons and daughters, your manservants, the maidservants, the Levites in your towns, and the lions, the fatherless, and the widows living among you. Remember that you were slaves in Egypt, and follow carefully these decrees. Celebrated the feast of tabernacles for 7 days after you have gathered the produce of your threshing floor and your winepress. Be joyful at your list, you sons and daughters, you men servants and the maid servants and the Levites, the lions, the fatherless, and the widows who live in your towns. For 7 days, celebrated the feast to the Lord your God at the place the Lord will choose. For the Lord your God will bless you in all your harvest and in all the work of your vendors, and your joy will be complete. 3 times a year, all your men must appear before the Lord your God at the place he will choose at the feast of unleavened bread, the feast of weeks, and the feast of table knuckles. No man should appear before the Lord empty-handed. Each of you must be kept in proportion to the way the Lord your God has blessed you. Appoint judges and officials so for each of your tribes in every town the Lord your God is giving you, and they shall judge the people fairly. Do not pervert justice or show partial partiality. Do not accept a bribe for a bribe brands the eyes of the wise, and twist the words of the righteous. Follow justice and justice alone, so that you may live and possess the land the Lord your God is giving you. Do not set up any wooden Asherah pole beside the altar you build to the Lord your God, and do not erect a sacred stone, for this the Lord your God hates. Do not sacrifice to the Lord your God an ox or a sheep that has any defect or flaw in it, for that would be detestable to him. If a man or woman living among you in one of the towns the Lord gives you is found doing evil in the eyes of the Lord your God, in violation of his covenant, and contrary to my command, has worshipped other gods, bow down to them, or to the sun or the moon, or the stars of the sky, and this has been brought to your attention. Then you must investigate it thoroughly. If it is true and it has been proved that this detestable thing has been done in Israel. Take the man or woman who has done this evil deed to your city gate and stone the person to death. On the testimony of 2 or 3 witnesses, a man shall be put to death, but no one shall be put to death on the testimony of only one witness. The hands of the witnesses must be the first in putting him to death, and then the hands of all the people. You must purge the evil from among you. If cases come before you courts that are too difficult for you to judge, whether blood shed, lawsuits, or sword, take them to the place the Lord your God will choose. Go to the priests who are Levites, and to the judge who is in office at that time. Inquire of them, and they will give you the verdict. You must act according to the decisions they give you at the place the Lord will choose. Be careful to do everything they directed you to do. Act according to the law they teach you, and the decisions they give you. Do not turn aside from what they tell you to the right or to the left. The man who shows contempt for the judge or for the priest who stands ministering their to the law your God must be put to death. You must purge the evil from Israel. All the people will hear and be afraid and will not be contemptuous again. When you enter the land the Lord your God is giving you, and have taken possession of it and settled in it, and you say, let us set a king over us like all the nations around us. Be sure to appoint over you the king the Lord your God chooses. He must be from among your own brothers. Do not praise or pouring in all over you one who is not a brother Israelite. The king moreover must not acquire greater numbers of horses for himself, or make the people return to Egypt to get more of them. For the Lord has told you, you are not to go back that way again. He must not take many wives, or his heart will be led astray. He must not accumulate large amount of silver and gold. When he takes the throne of his kingdom, he is to write for himself on a scroll a copy of this law taken from that of the priests who are Levites. It is to be with him. And he is to lead it all the days of his life, so that he may learn to revere the Lord his God, and follow carefully all the of this law and these decrees, and not consider himself better than his brothers, and turn from the law to the right or to the left. Then he sent his descendants will reign a long time over his kingdom in Israel. The priests who are Levites, indeed the whole tribe of Levi, are to have no allotment or inheritance with Israel, They shall live on the offerings made to the Lord by fire, for that is their inheritance. They shall have no inheritance among their brothers. The Lord is their inheritance, as He promised them. This is the share to the priests from the people who carry who sacrifice burn or sheep. The shoulder the jewels and the inner parts. You are to give them the first fruits of your grain, new wine and oil, and the first oil from the shearing of your sheep. For the Lord your God has chosen them, and their descendants out of all your tribes to stand and minister in the Lord's name always. If a Levite moves from one of your towns anywhere in Israel where he is living and comes in all earnestness to a place the Lord will choose. He may minister in the name of the Lord his God, like all his fellow Levites who serve. There is the presence of the Lord. He is to show equally in their benefits, even so he has received money from the sale of family possessions. When you enter the land that the Lord your God is giving you, do not learn to imitate the detestable ways of the nations there. Let no one be found among you who sacrifice his son or daughter in the fire, who practices divination or sorcery, interprets omens, engages in witchcraft, or casts spells, or who is a medium or a spiritist, or who consult the dead. Anyone who does these things is detestable to the Lord, and because of these detestable practice, the Lord your God will drive out those nations before you. You must be blameless before the Lord your God. The nations you will possess listen to those who practice sorcery or divination. But as for you, the Lord your God has not permitted you do you to do so. The Lord your God will raise up for you a proper prophet like me from among your own brothers. You must listen to him. For this is what you asked of the Lord your God at Horeb on the day of the assembly, when you said, "Let us not hear the voice of the Lord our God, nor see this great fire anymore, or we will die." And the Lord said to me, "What they say is good. I raise up for them a prophet like you from among their brothers. I will put my words in his mouth, and he will tell them everything I command him. If anyone does not listen to my words that prophet speaks in my name, I myself will call him to account. But a prophet who presumes to speak in my name anything I have not commanded him to say, or a prophet who speaks in the name of other gods must be put to death. You may say to yourselves, how can we know when a message has not been spoken by the Lord? If our proclaims in the name of the Lord, those not take place or come true, that is a message the Lord has not spoken. The prophet has spoken presumptuously. Do not be afraid of him. Well, when the Lord your God has destroyed the nations whose land he is giving you, and when you have driven them out and settled in their towns and houses, then set aside for yourselves 3 cities centrally located in the land the Lord your God is giving you to possess. Build roads to them and divide into 3 parts the land the Lord your God is giving you as an inheritance, so that anyone who kills a man may free there. This is the rule concerning the man who kills another and prison there to shape his life. One who kills his neighbor unintentionally. Without morals, Paul thought for instance, a man may go into the forest with is unable to cut wood and as he swings his ox to fell a tree, the header may apply a offer and hit his neighbor and kill him. That man may flee to one of these cities and save his life. Otherwise, the avenger of blood might pursue him in a rage, overtake him if the distance is too great, and kill him even though so he is not deserving of death since he did it to his neighbor without malice, upper so pursuit. This is why I recommend you to set aside for yourselves 3 cities. If the Lord your God enlarges your territory as he promised on oath to your forefathers and gives you the whole land he promised them. Because you carefully follow all these laws, I command you today to love the Lord your God and to work always in His ways. Then you are to set aside 3 more cities to this so that innocent blood will not be shed in your land, which the Lord your God is giving you as your inheritance, and so that you will not be guilty of bloodshed. But if a man hates his neighbor and he lies in wait for him, assault, assaults and kills him, and then he flees to one of these cities. The elders of his town shall send for him, bring him back from the city, and hand him over to the avenger of a brother to die. Show him no pity. You must purge from Israel the guilt of shedding innocent blood, so that it may go well with you. Do not move your neighbor's boundary stone set up by your predecessors in the inheritance you receive in the land the Lord your God is giving you to possess. One witness is not enough to convict a man accused of any crime or offense he may have committed. Matter must be established by the testimony of 2 or 3 witnesses. If a malicious witness takes the stand to accuse a man of a crime, the 2 men involved in the dispute must stand in the presence of the Lord before the priests and the judges who are in office at the time. The judges must make a thorough investigation, and if the witness proves to be liar, giving false testimony against his brother, then do to him as he intended to do to his brother. You must purge the evil from among you. The rest of the people will hear about this and be afraid, and never again will such an evil thing be done among you. Show no pity. Life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot. When you go to war against your enemies and see horses and chariots and an army greater than yours, do not be afraid of them, because the Lord your God, who brought you up out of Egypt, will be with you. When you are brought to go into battle, the priest shall come forward and address the army. He shall say, Hear, O Israel, today you are going into battle against your enemies. Do not be faint-hearted or afraid. Do not be terrified or give way to panic before them. For the Lord your God is the one who goes with you to fight for you against your enemies to give you victory. The officers shall say to the army, has anyone built a new house and not dedicated? Let him go home, or he may die in battle, and someone else may dedicate it. Has anyone planted a vineyard and not begun to enjoy it? Let him go home, or he may die in battle, and someone else enjoy it. Has anyone become the two women and not married equal. Let him go home, or he may die in better, and someone else marry her. Then the officers shall add, is any man afraid all pains ill tid. Let him go home so that his brothers will not become disheartened too. When the officers have finished speaking to the army, they shall appoint commanders over it. When you march up to attack a city, make its people an offer of peace. If they accept and open their wall against all the people in it shall be subjected to forced labor and shall work for you. If they refuse to make peace and they engage you in battle, lay siege to the city. When the Lord your God delivers it into your hand, put to the shore sword all the men in it. As for the woman, the children, the livestock, and everything else in the city, you may take this as a plunder for yourselves, and you may use the plunder the Lord your God gives you from your enemies. This is how you are to treat all the cities that are at a distance from you and do not belong to the nations nearly by. However, in the cities of the nations, the Lord your God is giving you as an inheritance, to not leave alive anything that breathes, completely destroy them. The Hittites, Amorites, Canaanites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites, as the Lord your God has commanded you, otherwise they will teach you to follow all the detestable things they do in worshipping their gods, and you will sin against the Lord your God. When you lay siege to a city for a long time, fighting against it to capture it, do not destroy its trees by putting an ox to them, because you can eat their fruit. Do not cut them down, the trees of the field people. Then you should be seize them. However, you may cut down trees that you know are not fruit trees, and use them to build city workers until the city at all with your force. If a man is found slain, lying in a field in the land of the Lord your God is giving you to possess, and it is not known who killed him, your elders and judges shall go out and measure the distance from the body to the neighboring towns. Then the elders of the town nearest the body shall take a heifer then that has never been worked and has never one yoke and lead a whole down to a belly that has not been plowed or planted, and where there is a flowing stream there in the belly, they are to break the heifer's neck. The priests and the sons of Levi shall step forward, for the Lord your God has chosen them to minister and to pronounce blessings in the name of the Lord, and to decide all cases of dispute and assault. Then all the elders of the town, nearest the body, shall wash their hands over the heifer whose neck was broken in the belly, and they shall declare, our hands did not shed this brother, nor did our eyes see it done. Accept this atonement for your people Israel, who you have redeemed, O Lord, and do not have your people guilty of the blood of an innocent man. And the blood said will be atoned for, so you will purge from yourselves the guilt of shedding innocent blood. Since we have done what is right in the eyes of the Lord. When you go to war against your enemies, and the Lord your God delivers them into your hands, and you take captives. If you notice among the captives a beautiful woman and are attracted to her, you may take her as your wife. Bring her into your home and have her shave he had trim her nails, and put aside the clothes she was wearing when captured after she has lived in your house, and mounted father and mother for a full month. Then you may go to her and be her husband, and she shall be your wife. If you are not pleased with her, let her go wherever she wishes. You must not sell her or treat her as a slave, since you have dishonored her. If a man has two wives, and he loved one but not the other, and both bear him, since put The firstborn is the son of the wife he does not love. When he wills his property to his sons, we must not give the rights of the firstborn to the son of the wife he loves in preference to his actual firstborn, the son of the wife he does not love. He must acknowledge the son of his unloved wife at the firstborn by giving him a double share of all he has. The son is the first sign of his father's strength. The right of the firstborn belongs to him. If a man has a stubborn and rebellious son who does not obey his father and mother and will not listen to them when they discipline him, his father and mother shall take hold of him and bring him to the elders at the gate of his town. They shall say to the elders, this son of ours is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey us. He is a profligate and a drunkard. Then all the men of his town shall stone him to death. You must purge the evil from among you. All Israel will hear of it and be afraid. If a man guilty of a capital offense is put to death and his body is hung on a tree, you must not leave his body on the tree overnight. Be sure to bury him the same day, because anyone who is hung on a tree is under God's curse. You must not desecrate the land the Lord your God is giving you as an inheritance. 신민기 21장까지 영문으로 읽어봤습니다. 성경공부 457회 방송은 여기까지 하고 종료하도록 하겠습니다. 주기도문 기도하고 방송을 마치겠습니다. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our debts as we also have forgiven our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For yours is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. 성경공부 457회 방송을 여기서 끝내겠습니다. 시청해 주신 분께 감사드리겠습니다. 잠시 후에 다음 편 성경공부를 계속해서 연결해서 하도록 하겠습니다. 시청해 주신 분께 감사드리겠습니다. 안녕히 계세요.